Hello and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Now I am reading for July 27th through August 2nd. These are general readings. This is the overview. Now I have prayed, meditated, infused all the decks with Reiki energy, but always remember that these are general readings. May or may not resonate, so take what you like and leave the rest. I'm on Rumble. I post on Rumble, YouTube, and now on TikTok. So remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's go to the cards that I generally use. These are my Radley Valentine deck. I've talked about why I like these so much. This one is, gotta look always, my Angel Wisdom Tarot. This is my Archangel Power Tarot cards. I also have our Angel, what is these cards? Here is my Sword of Light, Archangel Michael Sword of Light, again, Radley Valentine. I will pull a card from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, like I said, I've prayed, I've meditated, I've infused Reiki energy. I am a Reiki practitioner. I also consider myself an intuitive channeler. I ask God, Jesus, I am Christian. I ask God, Jesus, what does he want, she, Holy Spirit, want to come through, and let that come through for whoever might need it out there. Okay, so that's how I actually start stuff up. Let's go to that one little website that I like a lot. Let's make sure I do have it here. Yes. Flip, flip, flip. And this one, we do have a lot happening, but it's not necessarily there's not necessarily a lot of changes going on at this time. So let me go here, open up this so I can see it. This is the-astrologer.net, okay? So I like this because he puts it in a nice little order. We've talked about, the 25th of July. Leo is opposing Pluto in Aquarius. Now, Leo and Aquarius are their mirrors to each other. Second degree, so there is some strength with this. So Leo is the lion, Aquarius the water bearer, and there's going to be a little bit of, or I should say, this feels big, okay? This feels big for this day to me. I don't know, maybe it's because it is considered in the Mayan calendar as the day outside of time. And also, it is my birthday, so that is why I may not be doing videos next week, so don't be alarmed or don't be worried. Or I might do them early, you never know. So we have the 31st of July, Venus is entering into Cancer, Cancer water sign. Now, Cancer has had a lot of strength right now, and Cancer also has Jupiter. Jupiter is also in Cancer, so that's a very positive motion forward. Venus is, the goddess of love. Venus can be, but don't just think of her as relationships per se, though she does, grace those. But she is also very crafty. She is very wise, and Venus likes to win. So this is going to be an interesting time. We have the 1-2. Venus on August 1st, squaring off with Saturn, which is retrograde, also number 1 degree in Aries. Now this first and second, because it's going to square off with Neptune. Like I said, I don't necessarily get a, let's lovey-dovey type of energy with Venus and Cancer as much as I get a, I kind of get a mama bear or a mama lion or, or a lioness really taking care of taking care of business during this time. So we will see what we will see. Now, some people ask me, and this is another site I like, horoscopes.astro-seek.com. This talks about the same thing. Now, we do have Chiron on the 30th, which is retrograde. Chiron is the wounded healer, going back over some old information, old wounds, old hurts, and kind of, getting the poison out of whatever it might be, really draining those abscesses, if you want to even say it that way. Now, nothing really happens in August until, on this one, let's go here, come on, click, click, on this one, until around the 6th when Mars enters into Libra. Now, I get people asking me all the time, about a good birth chart calculator. And I really like this one. It's a free horoscope, free birth chart, birth natal chart online calculator. You go here, you put in your birth, your time, the city that you were born in, and it will tell you where all about where your planets are, what your houses are, all that stuff too. So again, if you want to get a free birth, and I don't get money from them, okay, but I just like them and I want to share this because I was just asked again, horoscopes.astro-seek.com. And it was under the free horoscopes first one. Okay? Okay. So let me get back to my other one. Here we go. Where are we? Where are we? Oh, I've got something in the way. I can't. Oh, there we go. Now let me go flip. And let's go back to my second camera. Flip. Come on. Okay, here we go. So remember, like I said, I've prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Here we go. Let's go and ask Michael, first of all, for everybody, what's going on in the world out there? What is going on out there? We have Uranus and Gemini. We have Neptune and Saturn and Aries. We have Pluto in Aquarius. And you know what I say about all of that. Very disruptive, clean up, let's go deep times. We have Jupiter in Cancer, though, which, like I said, is going to give a lot of oomph and power to those Cancerians. So if you have any of your signs, heart, whatever is in Cancer, Jupiter's going to give it a little bit more of an oomph for you. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Michael. Let's see. Michael. What do you want to say? What's going on in this world, in this universe? Help us out here. Okay, we have seen this. Before individually. So this is about getting your power back. And like I said, that starting that 25th. Now, I may or may not do the August 3rd through, and that time it will be 8/8, which we are entering. Actually, during this time we are opening up. The Lion's Gate is opening up at this point too. Dog Days, serious? Yes, seriously? Yes, seriously. Anyway, here we are, getting back your power. The world has forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine, so take back your power. That feels very real. That feels very, very real to me. Okay, let's see what else we have. Oh, card has fallen. That one falls out. Let's see. Higher power, Holy Spirit, Lord Jesus, Yeshua. What do you want to say? What's going on in the world? What's going on out there in that world? In our crazy, and also, too, where I'm at, very hot world. I don't know. Is it really hot where you're at? We've a couple of heat advisories going on right now. Anyway, let's see what we've got here. Let's adjust my camera. Okay, I'm learning. This one's reversed. Here we go. First card is the Ace or the One of Water. And I think that's interesting with Venus going into Cancer. So it is, I just get this feeling with Venus in Cancer. It's an emotional pull. It's an emotional draw. And I get this very strong sharpness with Venus right now. Kind of, like this is what I want. I'm going after Mama Bear, the lioness, whatever you want to say. What other, very protective energy. Feminine energy, but it doesn't mean that you have to be male or female, okay? So it's a feminine energy going after what you want. There's a lot of blessings with this. Heniel, it's also connected to the major arcana, the Priestess, number 2. This is a beautiful new start, a beautiful new experience. It's going to be kind of a roller coaster at the same time, and you don't have to get on the ride. But the ride feels like it's going to be a beautiful ride during this time. Very tumultuous. I'm not going to say little. These are the tumultuous times. A beautiful new emotional experience, a romantic relationship or deep friendship, awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual insights, a love letter, a new home. Love that. This one's reversed, so it has a little stronger energy. The Hermit, Raziel, which is, he is the archangel of occult knowledge. This is a number 9. 9 says we've wrapped it up. We've got everything we need. However, in this time, the Hermit is saying, stand back, step back, connect with God, pray. This is a time to pray. Pray hard, pray big, pray long, okay? Pray. Prayer is needed during this time. Connecting with God is needed during this time. Now, it's kind of, it's interesting with all the 3D, 4D, and 5D ascension energies. Somebody was telling me something on Facebook about a new universe has been discovered or has been, is being developed or something like that. And it's very interesting because with the ascension energies, there's talks about how there will be a separation, that the 4D and the 5D will go someplace else, and the 3D will stay on this plane. So it's interesting. The Hermit is there. And I don't know why I had to tell you that, but it was on my mind. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor. Self-discovery. All right. Now, I do find that it's interesting. A lot of the people that I have been doing Reiki with, that I have been working with, I have found that many of them are being called to, again, that higher self, that higher place. So the Hermit right now basically says this is a connection, because many people, again, that one of water, Hermit, many people are being called to a higher place. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. We all think that, life is going to be wonderful, joyful. I'm not saying it won't be joyful, but I'm also saying it won't be easy. Nothing is easy. Let's go on here. The Moon. Things are hidden. Things we do not know everything. Now, I am doing this on the 21st of July, and we have that new moon. What was it? The 24th. It is in Leo. So now we have again Heniel. Heniel brings if I remember correctly about Heniel. Heniel does bring joyful energies around for us. This is major arcana. This is an 18. So we have the 1, the 10, the 8. We know what a 1 is. We know a 10 is transition. Things are moving forward. 8 is unlimited opportunities, possibilities. You add the 1 and the 8, it becomes that 9. Things are getting done. Things are completing. The moon, like I said, there is a new moon happening on the 24th. So, really get out there and start new energies, start new programs, start new pathways also. It's a start of something new. The moon is mysterious. The moon doesn't give up all of the secrets, all of her secrets. So there's a lot of things we just don't understand. We have to come to understand that we will not understand. To think that we know everything, that is arrogance, that is hubris. Listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. Unnecessary worry, let go of your fears, revelations that will make everything clear. So again, there is a new emotional journey going on. We're not going to know how it's all going to end. And remember, we're not necessarily looking at that end post as much as we are going through the journey. Never forget, pray during this time. Connect with God, because there's a lot of intuition here. There's a lot of hidden knowledge and hidden energies going on here. We do not have it all. We don't have it all figured out. It's just what it is. Okay, let's go on. And it's a mysterious week. It's going to be an emotional week. Intuition is going to be running wild. People are going to be feeling like there's going to be many people, I'm not saying all, many people who are going to be, being activated in, maybe in God's services, or maybe not in God's services. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of activation going on. Part of that is because of what I'm seeing with the cards and reading and hearing, and part of that is just what I'm seeing in my environment too. So let's see what we've got here. Higher power, what else do you want to say using these cards? what's going on here. But this one of cups, this one of water, basically says it is going to be it's going to be magical. It's going to be miraculous. Okay. Again, remember, get your power back. This is reversed. The five of Raphael. Now, fives are about change, 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 change. Raphael is also the water energy, the cup energy. This is, it had to happen this way. It had to happen. Sometimes I'm kind of like, okay, let's just rip that band-aid off. Let's just deal with whatever it is. But, whatever it is. But it could be very shocking to systems. So whatever's going on this way, it's kind of like it's helping people move forward, a lot of us. But it had to happen this way. Okay? Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. So do I feel like, is this a time of great transition? Is this a time where we're jumping in? Yes and yes. Yes and yes. Things are going to be shifting around us. We will feel like we do not have control. So let's control, and remember what I'm always telling you. Whatever's going on in the world, you still have to live your life. So control the things you can control. You can control how you spend your money. You can control if your bills are paid. You can control if you are feeling happy or if you are feeling sad. Sometimes sadness needs to happen. Sometimes we have to mourn in order to let go. But we are transitioning into we keep transitioning. I know. I like that Band-Aid to be ripped off and let's just deal. But not everyone can have that happen. And I might, even though that's what I say, it doesn't mean that I can handle it either. Okay, so whatever's going on, what's going on. So like I told you, I may or may not be doing a video next week. So just give me some grace with that, and I appreciate you all so much doing that. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff, all those little buttons wherever they may be. Also, too, remember what I always tell you, because it is very, very true. Always know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.